Previously on the Lineage of Moonreach, we found out that Chester is the Traveler rune, and we went to the Shadegazer Manor, and we saw some kind of battle mural, and we're poking around, and Willem decides to give up his original name and become Willem Shadegazer, which does have a great ring to it. So we're poking around, we meet some of his dead relatives, and he gets the Shadegazer ancestral dagger, and I don't know what we did. We pissed him off somehow and things started to go south, but we also found a lineage stone, and once we activated that, it seemed to fix everything, and then we get sent underground, and we're wandering around down there, and we find a statue of Anthek, a spider queen. Anyway, we messed something up again, and now it looks like we're about to fight.
The D20 Syndicate presents The Lineage of Moonreach. Welcome back to the D20 Syndicate podcast.
Hello.
A weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5e actual play podcast. I am your host and DM, Seth, and around the table of the internet, we have our players.
I'm Billy, and I play Willem.
I'm Tomas, and I play the turkey.
I'm Lindsey, and I play the thankful.
And I'm Michaela, and I play Gorbel.
That's right. Each week we record for your listening pleasure, and this is episode 116. Woo!
Yeah.
Ooh! You made it.
It also happens to be Thanksgiving, guys.
What? Together. No.
Family gathering. Oh no.
Turkey sounds.
Miscellaneous turkey sound.
Gobble gobble, baby.
So yeah, I'm sure there's so many of you, tuning out your terrible Zoom family get-togethers, hopefully, and and listening to us right now. So we really appreciate it. Our real families, the internet.
It's the equivalent of me at a real family Thanksgiving where I just stare blankly at the football that's on TV and not understand what's happening.
While the entirety of Pink Floyd's The Wall just plays out in your head.
And I'm just like, this is better than talking to people. I'll just pretend like I'm watching this.
A single tear rolls down your cheek.
Who you got winning this thing?
I don't even...
that football's looking pretty good.
Right. I don't even realize I'm responding to people when they're talking about it. That was a wicked play, man.
Did you catch that ludicrous display?
I love Ludacris. Great song, man. Great song. Fast and
It just goes into a handshake with whoever said it. They're just like, what the fuck?
All right, let's do the around the campfire question.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Gravy boats. Cranberries.
Nope,
Pilgrim noises.
Gross
What
stuff
sound
your
of-
aunt makes.
How do you do a turkey sound? Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Do it like that. Like,
That doesn't sound right. Nope.
is this just your way of fucking with us so we make turkey noises?
Me?
Yeah.
No. No.
Just pretend you're doing you're trying to be a putty from Power Rangers.
Nope. I can't get loose enough.
You gotta shake your face. Like,
Nope.
that was better. It was better.
Too aggressive.
You look like you're nervous about it. Just
I
fucking.
am.
You gotta turn off the mic and then do it. Or, sorry, the video.
We're watching you. She covered her face.
If I can't see you, you can't see me.
Welcome to the Turkey Club.
Is Mika?
If it's your
sounds
first
delicious.
night, you have to gobble.
I love turkey clubs.
Yeah.
All right.
Avocado.
So, for tonight's around the campfire question, I would like your characters to tell me what they are most thankful for.
Nice. I think we did this last year, but it might have changed.
Yeah, because more things have happened. Pinwin, tell me what you're most thankful for.
Well, you see, Sky Voice, I'm thankful for... So I'm thankful for being alive because I've almost died so many times, and so it's pretty good to be alive, right? And then friends, obviously, and my family, who I hope is okay. I try not to think about it because there's so many buns in the oven, as I've said, and I think everything.
All right. Thankful for everything. Thank you, Pinwin. Willem, what are you most thankful for?
I'm thankful for a second chance at family. Not only in the sense of our friendship between the wolves, but I'm finding out more and more that I have a deep-seated and rich, apparently both in rich in genetics, but in monetary
Which is always
as well.
nice to find out.
Which is nice to find out later on in life. Like, oh,
I'm a Rockefeller.
Whoops.
Goody.
Yeah, I feel like what's her face in Princess Diaries? Yeah.
Princess Diaries.
Damn it.
Got you, bitch.
Shit.
Very nice,
yeah.
Willem. Gorbel, what are you most thankful for?
I'm really thankful that we're all together, even though things are going a little south and we don't know what's happening and we're always confused.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to actually have everybody in like my line of sight and not be split up, because that gets really scary.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Tomar, what are you thankful for?
I'm pretty thankful I joined the Lapidary Guild. That turned out to be really convenient. Nobody tell Willem, though, but for Christmas I got him adoption papers. So now I'm going to be his dad. I think he's going to be really excited about it, even though I'm pretty sure he's older than me. But hey, anyone can be a dad.
No, you two are the youngest, and Willem is the youngest of all.
Oh, well, then it works.
And he acts like it.
So he'll have to listen to me or he's grounded.
Go get me a Coke or I'm going to pee on the floor.
What?
You heard me.
You know, like
I'm not
Dad
gonna say
say. But no, I'm thankful that most of all, that I came back, that I was able to find a way out of the ethereal plane and find my family once again. So many things would have been completely different had I not been so amazing and gotten out of there. So that goat was helpful. Thank you to that goat who's wandering around somewhere between planes.
Yeah. Aw, what's he doing?
Tricking other people into bashing each other's skulls, probably.
Yeah.
He picked up a taste for blood.
Oh, I like these.
This better not awaken
it.
something. All right.
Speak of what?
I was going to ask Seth what he's the most thankful for. Man, that was hard.
Yeah.
I am thankful for
As a DM.
it
has to be in
character.
in the context of
Not in real life. I'm thankful for pumpkin pie.
As a DM, I am thankful for a group that is engaged in the story that I have put together, but also helps direct the story in like, it's very easy to not have to like railroad anyone. In fact, there's very little railroading going on at any time. What are you laughing about?
sorry, I was nothing. It's gonna make a dirty joke.
Make the dirty joke.
No.
Make it.
No. Because it involves you and me.
Whoa, make it.
I think that's probably better than making the joke.
Remember when we had the train conductor hat?
Remember when we held the train hostage and fucked in the caboose?
Made everybody watch and then we let them go.
And now whenever we want to talk about it in public, but we don't want to let on to our crimes, we just say toot, toot, and wink.
We destroyed the joke for you.
Yeah, see, you didn't have to make the joke.
We'll always be here to destroy your jokes for you.
Thank you. That's what I'm most thankful for.
Build you up, Buttercup, just to destroy you.
But yeah, thankful for a good group and one that is very active with the storytelling process. Just does really interesting things that it's not that I don't expect them, but it's always, it's always really interesting to see what direction everybody goes in when it comes to the actual plot and stuff like that. So I'm thankful for an engaging story that I too can just because I'm making it doesn't mean that I don't get any enjoyment out of it because you guys make it so that there's a lot of elements that I'm not even really doing. You guys are doing it. So
it's kind of like how George R. R. Martin claims he writes stories. Like he'll say that a character just does something and then he's like, well, I wasn't expecting them to do that, but this is where the story's going.
So let's see where this goes.
I don't super believe him, but that sounds like what you just said. So
yeah, no, yeah, it's
there's the
it's
overall
definitely
general
interesting.
concept, but then you don't know exactly how it's going to unfold, and depending on what we decide to do, that's another thing. So as a player, not as Willem or as Billy, but as a player, that I'm thankful for is that
Who are you as a player?
Where am I?
DJ Khaled.
Oh shit!
We're in a DJ Khaled song. God, love that band.
Everywhere.
Great song.
and simulation. But yeah, as a player, because there are definitely times where one of us says that we do something or we decide to do something and you hide it very well, but I feel like it has to be, there are moments where you're just like, oh shit, I never thought of that. And then you just roll with it. And it's like the simulation just shifts. And so instead of it, this is where we had the general idea of it going, but then you're just like, okay, no, we're going to do a left turn.
That's
here.
a very good point, and I guess we're doing this now.
Let's strap in, guys.
But yeah, if we're doing the thankful as a player thing, I've been outside of the podcast, I've been stepping in a little bit to do more DMing, trying to get better at it, have more fun controlling a game. And I'm a very meticulous planner with things, which is a good and a bad trait for a DM. And one thing I really appreciate about you as a DM that I didn't quite realize before was the rolling with the punches and adjusting to the random bullshit that we decide to do, because I was not prepared for players to do that. So when it happens, I'm like, shit.
Let me consult the manual.
Yeah. So I think that's what you do best as a DM. So,
well, thank you.
Thank you for being good at that. Otherwise, this show would be chaos.
I appreciate that you're super patient. And I also appreciate that you love me so good.
Toot, toot.
I appreciate that you let me open treasures.
And that you love Pinwin so good.
Yeah, like I've said, I really appreciate that, guys. Like I've said in the past, the best thing that I ever read was, the door analogy, which I've modified the door analogy to make it better, but it just made me think of how I wanted to improve that analogy. But you give your players a door, you can plan for everything, and your players are still going to almost definitely, because you have several different minds at once.
They're gonna kick the door off the cliff.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm sorry. I'm good at kicking.
That's my thing I do.
But yeah, you can plan for them to knock, open, ask somebody on the other side, try to speak out to somebody, tunnel underneath it, eat the door. Like that's just, there's going to be so many different variables, and your players will set it on fire, or they will kick it off a cliff or something like that. So it's, it's preparing in many cases for what not necessarily is going to happen, because that's almost impossible to know. But being prepared for the consequences and what that means, kind of setting your own internal rules on how the world works. So, if you kick a door on the top of a mountain that isn't affixed to anything, it's very possible that it could fly the fuck off the mountain. But yeah, I would give that advice to literally every single DM. To me, that's the most important thing, is being able to just roll with the punches, like Billy said, knowing that it is chaos and you have to just react to the chaos. Have your array of things that are most likely to happen, because about 50% of the time that's what happens, but also be prepared for the unpreparable. And that would be my advice if you're having trouble with reacting to what people are going to do. Just, if like real life, you just figure out what the best way is. If somebody busts your door down, I mean, what's the most likely scenario?
Well, it's even more complicated when it's like crucial to the story. And it's like, I think in reality, this guy would just attack them. But how do I make him not attack them and continue the story?
Well, you have what I tend to think of is like the character has their motivation for what they're going to do. So that's what I try to get in the mind of the character. So it's not necessarily that he wants to attack them, but if they decide to like talk to him, is he the reasonable type that will listen to someone trying to talk him down? Is he not? Is he completely without the ability to understand that at all, like a monster, and will just react on instinct anyway? And it's just knowing the motivation as the character comes in. So you already decided that this guy was going to bust in the door. His motivation was he was coming in there. He might actually only be in there because he thought somebody else was in the room, or he was trying to steal from the place and he didn't see anybody on the other side of the door. So he may not be trying to attack, but knowing what his reason for coming in there is also affects how he reacts to the situation.
I see what you're saying. I think you're just saying, just kill Billy next time because it's easier. Will do.
I've got plenty of backup characters. I'll see you on the swing set.
All right, so shall we get started?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So when we last left off, you all had activated, Willem had activated the plinth in the kind of cathedral gazebo area underneath the Shadegazer Manor in this what turned out to be some sort of forgotten, abandoned, underdark-ish city. And once that had been activated, you guys heard a voice emanating throughout the entire cavernous city that said, if you would like the weapon, then you'll have to defeat the Guardian. And that's kind of where we left off. You heard a loud sound, you heard this weird fucking noise, and yeah, so that's where we are. Now, when after the voice kind of makes that proclamation, you guys feel the chamber that you're in begin to shake and reverberate with the sounds of and emerging from one of the dark, gigantic passageways way off in the distance, roughly about 1,000 feet away from you guys, is some sort of shape. You can't really tell at first, but suddenly this large bulbous front begins to become more clear, and then
it's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
And then from the cavern itself, the tunnel, you guys watch these long appendages reach out and grasp onto the edge and pull this massive form out of the tunnel. you are looking at some weird concoction of spider and what appears to be some sort of serpent. It's got a spider-like body and a long serpentine head and a large lower jaw that seems to be almost connected to the chest. And you watch as it opens its mouth and you hear the and it
Is it a sea lion also?
potentially. And this creature emerges and it looks around and you can see that it's searching for something. What would you guys like to do in this moment?
Does it have eyes?
Kill it.
You can see that there are eyes. There are little slits in
Does
the
it
in the
see
head.
us?
Not that you can tell at the moment.
It has a
seems-
serpent head. Mm-hmm. Is it like sniffing us out with tongue?
You can't tell.
Damn.
It's about 1,000 feet away from you.
Oh.
Are we, like, tell us the layout of the area around us. Are there buildings and shit we can like hide around, or?
One sec. Willem, what were you gonna say?
I have a spell that I want to cast.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead with the description.
Okay, so this isn't a perfect representation, but a long time ago, probably I want to say like a year and a half ago, the inspiration for this city visually, I stumbled across it, and I'll share a screen. This isn't super accurate, but it's a good idea. Here. 1 second. All right, let's see here.
Just to kind of give us a feel for what you're going for. Sick.
This kind of thing. Like,
is
and
baller.
imagine there's not lights on,
Sure.
and it doesn't go like all the way out here, but it's roughly this size.
Cool.
And yeah, just kind of built into this like underground cave, roughly, obviously a little bit less light than is coming through here, but yeah, just a general idea so you can kind of get a sort of feel for how it might look. And you can imagine that instead of like all this light area here, it would be like the far away curvature of the cave, and right here would be like the tunnel where this thing is coming from. And imagine like right here is the gazebo where you guys currently are, so you can see that this thing is crawling through, so it's pretty large, if that makes sense.
But we do have some options for cover and stuff.
You have a lot of options for cover.
I say we hide.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome, because that's pretty much, it's like a mix of that and when they're going through the mines in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, so
It's
yeah, kind of
like
a
what I
general
was
idea like that.
Pretty.
Sweet.
So I'll give everybody the opportunity, since it's so far away, to kind of decide what you would like to do. Willem, you said you had an idea on a spell?
Yeah, so given the layout that we just got, how far away is this cave or this opening that it's coming out of?
Roughly 1,000 feet.
Okay.
It's far enough that it's in that range.
I'm gonna holster my idea. Okay. Given that information, I'll save it for when we get closer. But I think everybody's, well, I can't speak for anybody else, but I think my primary goal would definitely be to get out of sight, so that if it seems hostile. It definitely seems hostile, and the fact that some disembodied voice said that we had to defeat it to get what we want makes me think that we're probably going to have to engage. So, me personally, I would like to do so at an advantage and surprise it, if at all possible.
Are you saying that to us at all, or are you just hiding somewhere?
I'm hiding.
You guys watch Willem just like immediately start moving away.
I pictured him
to try to
hopping
hide.
into like a nearby barrel with his head slightly peeking out.
Cut the little hole and the arm comes out and I nail gun it shut.
Gorbel, what are your plans?
I see this thing and I have that oh fuck moment, and I slink back against a wall and start looking for a good place to hide.
Pinwin, what are you gonna do?
Would you consider it a monster?
It definitely looks like a monster.
Is it evil?
Okay,
half giant spider, half giant snake. That
screams like a seal.
just checking. It's kind of like an animal.
If you can Pokemon it, do it. If you can make friends with it,
smashes
fucking, I'm all
Pinwin.
here. Hi, we're going to be best friends now.
Like that guy in Cloverfield.
What are you thinking, Pinwin?
Yeah. All of Pinwin's insides just like ketchup bottle out of his mouth.
So I was gonna do Hold Monster, but now that I'm thinking about it,
It's about 1,000 feet away from you as well.
so Hold Monster wouldn't work. Okay, well,
I'm not sure what the
hey,
range is. I don't think it's 1,000 feet though.
No.
Then maybe what I'll do is then I'll ready Hold Monster.
There you go.
Okay. So you're gonna get ready to hold monster. Are you gonna do anything else while you prepare to do that?
Are you going to stand out in the open still?
Oh, no, thanks. Sorry. No, I'll probably try to hide off to the side somewhere as well, not
Okay.
be in plain sight. And
So
I'll be
if-
contemplating, like, if there's a chance where, like, seems like maybe I could befriend this dude, I'll just have my loot ready.
Okay. So everybody, I'll get to you in a sec, Tomar. I just am going to let you guys know that those of you who are thinking to hide, after I talk to Tomar, I will have everybody do like a perception check.
I'm ready.
All right, Tomar, what are your plans?
Check out.
I'm going to do the same thing as everyone else in that they're hiding, but I want to go up, like
Okay.
get a vantage point from above this thing. I'm going to fly up to some area like a crevice or something, or a stalactite or
To
something
hide
that
up,
I can
Lee.
hide behind, but position myself in such a way that I could get the drop on it without it hopefully seeing me.
Okay. Everybody give me a perception check.
You got it. Can I have advantage because I'm bad?
No.
Okay. That's fair.
14.
So, nothing hurts from asking. 14. Okay.
21.
Ooh,
Fucking kill this thing.
18.
Billy, are
That
you
was-
holding a utility knife?
All on my own.
Why do you have that?
What was yours, Pinwin?
33.
30. Oh, wow. 33. Okay. So, Pinwin, you're looking for a spot to hide. And you kind of like, you're kind of down low, so a lot lower than everybody else. And you can see a different perspective than everyone. You notice now that as you're scanning for a spot to hide, that most of these homes have these like little concave shapes to them, kind of like little arches underneath them, as if to imply that there's a lot of tunnels underneath these homes. Ooh. And you, as you look, you can see that they kind of correspond to the other homes and buildings.
Oh shit, it's the last boss in Shadow of the Colossus.
Sweet.
And you can, you think that you could easily slip into one of those holes and find a spot where you can both see and maybe move around, because you're noticing that. Willem, are you looking for a higher or lower vantage point?
Yeah. Basically, on our next go around, when you let us do stuff, I plan on just going invisible and scaling to higher ground.
Okay, so you can see that there are a few like a lot taller structures. There's not a lot in the way of things that would allow you to go much higher than maybe about 50 to 60 feet. Most of these buildings kind of top off at that point, though you do notice that about a block away there's one kind of tall towerish looking thing that looks as though it might be a bell tower of some kind, and that one looks like it's about 80 feet tall. So that might be your best vantage point. Gorbel,
Ah,
are you just looking for a general spot to hide, or?
yeah.
Okay, as you're looking around, you can see that there's a few buildings that would probably offer you some protection. None of these windows, by the way, that you guys can see in these buildings have glass on them. They're all completely open, and as if obviously this is built inside of a cavern, so they wouldn't really need to protect from the elements so much. But you notice that it would be very easy for you to find a building to kind of set up in if you so chose, and especially along this kind of main throughway, there's just a ton of open areas there that you could likely find a spot to set up. Tomar, you're looking for like a way to get to kind of the higher up levels by flying, though with a 14 you're having a difficult time trying to see a spot that wouldn't also expose you to like your actual flight path, unless the only thing you can think of is if you were to run all the way to one of the sides of the caverns and then float up that way to avoid being seen, or maybe you can see that there are some outcroppings and like some big stalactite pillars that are quite a ways away from you that you could maybe float up behind to stop being seen. But directly in the open, as I mentioned, most of the buildings they top out about 50-ish, 60-ish feet, except for you also see that very tall tower, but that doesn't reach the ceiling.
Knowing that I can't super see that well, I'm going to do the first thing you said, but instead of running, I'm just going to fly really quickly just above the ground. So I'm barely hovering over the ground, and then I'm going to zoom really quick toward the outer area or whatever you said.
Okay. So Pinwin, are you going to head to one of those holes, or are you going to try to find something else?
I'm going to hide in the hole.
Okay, so you guys all watch as Pinwin runs across the street and plunks himself into one of these holes, these little archways that are roughly, I want to say they're about 3 feet at the tallest point of them. But
and
yeah,
then I'll
they're
hold
definitely
my thumb up
okay.
as I'm laying down in the hole.
And then Willem, are you heading to that tower?
Yes, please.
Okay, and then Gorbel, what are you gonna just try to hide in one of the houses, or everybody can see? You can see because they went first. You can see that Willem starts running down the block to head in what looks to be a direction of the tower. Knowing him, you also see Pinwin hunker down and head underneath one of the buildings.
Can I do a quick psst to everyone?
Give me. Well, with a perception check of that, yeah, everybody would notice you going. Psst.
Okay. I'm going to cast telepathic bond since we're all going to be hiding in different places.
Oh yeah.
I was definitely going to ask if we had done that previously and if it was still going on.
It's been so long that I can't remember, so we'll just let her.
That's fair. No, that's perfect. Yeah, because that was going to be my next. That was my next thought when we started splitting up. I was like, shit.
Okay. So I cast telepathic bond.
All right, so you guys, boop, 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 boop. You're all connected.
Welcome. You've got brain.
And then I run into one of the buildings. One that looks the sturdiest and the most likely to hide me while I can still see out a window and get a good vantage point.
Okay, so you actually end up running right across the street into a building that's very squat, and it's got some windows in it, but you notice inside there's there's a large stone countertop that kind of bisects the entire room almost. There's some space on either side. It looks like a circular bar, and as you look around in it, it looks like this might actually be some sort of tavern. And but you notice that the shelves are completely bare. There's no actual product in here. It's just an empty tavern, but all the furniture is in there. It's all made out of stone, and you think that you can find some pretty good spots in here. Tomar, you're zipping along down towards there, and you're able to find. You said you were going to try to do the kind of the way where the wall of the cave kind of goes up.
Yep, I'll just trace the wall up all the way.
Okay, it'll take you a couple of minutes to get there, but yeah, you're able to kind of clear the distance, and then so that I know, and so that we don't have to sit there and keep going back and forth. When you guys arrive in your positions, Pinwin, you said you were planning on readying Dominate Monster, or what was it?
Hold Monster.
Hold Monster. And Willem, you're going to find a vantage point, and you're going to turn invisible.
Yes, please.
Okay. Gorbel, you're going to hide. Are you going to prepare anything?
No, I'm always ready.
Okay. All right. And Tomar, once you get there, you're going to start heading up, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So you guys, the monster starts, whatever this creature is, starts emerging from the tunnel, and you guys immediately, Gorbel casts the spell, you guys are all connected, and you all run off in your separate directions and, get yourselves prepared. Tomar, you fly up kind of the corner, or the kind of the rounding of the cavern, and start heading up and up and up and up the hundreds of feet to get to a spot above kind of where, I assume, maybe correct me, where kind of everybody is generally located in that area, or are you going to go after it?
I'm trying to think of a way to describe what I want. I want to trace the ceiling towards where the the monster is coming and that I am right above it by the time it reaches like the main city area where everyone is hiding.
Okay, so you basically want to meet it when you get to it, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were like going to wait in a specific spot or if you were just going to like go wherever it is.
Yeah, I want to go where it's going as opposed to where it is.
Okay, so you'll watch and kind of do that.
And I also want to like observe to see what, how it moves, any unique things about it, how it behaves.
Okay, so what I'll have you do then is give me a perception check, and then if it's successful, I'll have you give me an insight check.
26.
It is successful. Give me an insight check.
Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. 20.
20. Okay, so you watch this creature as it starts kind of prowling through the area on its 8 legs, and it still keeps doing its intermittent like call of whatever that that guttural noise from its giant throat, and you know that it's turning its head from side to side, scanning, looking for something. You also notice that so this thing is huge. So this thing is at its back probably 100 feet. It's about probably 60 feet long to the base of its neck, and then its neck is like another 20 feet. So this thing is massive, and each of its legs is probably 50 feet. And so as it walks, though, you notice that it seems to, it's not like it's paying attention to where it's stepping, but it's very clear that it's stepping in spots that avoid actually like hitting the buildings or touching anything or crushing anything that is a structure, as if it's being very careful with the way that it moves. But it's definitely scanning for something, and it kind of moves in like a kind of almost like different shifts of diagonal. So it'll go like this way a little bit, and then it'll sort of go this way, but it still continues to move forward as it does so.
Okay. As an expert on armor and stuff like that, does it have like natural armor on its body?
It does. It has what appears to be a very thick carapace
Does it have
armor.
sections in it that I could discern could be weaker than others?
With that insight, yeah, you can see that there are sections, and then your reasonable assumption would be that there are probably gaps, whether it's like slightly under and behind or right there at the gap. You can't really tell at this distance, but you can definitely see that there are some very clear segments.
Okay. I'm going to think to everyone. So I've been watching it for a little bit. It looks like it's protecting the city. It's treating the buildings with care. It's not trying to destroy anything. We might be able to use that to our advantage. Like maybe we could knock a building down or something to lure it to a specific location if we want to cast a spell to trap it. But it's definitely scanning for us. It has some sort of feature that's searching, trying to locate us. So try and be as quiet as possible so we don't alert it. And it also looks like it has some weak spots, like it's covered in armor, but you just be on the lookout for locations where it is more susceptible to damage.
Okay. Do you think that if we were to use the buildings as shelter, that it might not attack the building that we're in?
That's a very good point. Like if you want to shoot it from inside a building, I don't know.
Okay.
Do we even need to attack it, or do you think we can like hide and sneak out?
No, we're not here to sneak out. We're here for the weapon. And if we want this weapon, we need to fight this thing. We need to stop it somehow. Like we could easily leave if we wanted to, but
Yeah, you'd have plenty of time.
We really have to fight it?
the test, we're doing a test right now. That's why we came down here.
I hate this. I hate This is a bad test.
Maybe if we're really, really nice, it'll like us? Huh? Is that an option?
It definitely wants to be friends.
You really don't know what the options are, Pinwin. As far as you know, this is, if this is a test, maybe there's multiple ways of resolving it. But it seems like you guys are starting to develop a little bit of a plan here. So, yeah, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, go ahead with what you were saying, Tomar.
Are there any natural features of this area that we could bring down on it Like if we manipulated some stone or something, broke it free.
Or some stalactites.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are some pretty large stalactites that are, kind of towards the edge. You didn't see any when you first arrived, but you can see that there's like maybe one or two that look as though they weren't taken down. The area itself looked like it was formed in order to make sure none of those fell, but there
Pretty
are
polished.
there's just a couple of spots where there are some. None of the buildings seem to be tall enough to drop on top of it unless you were to somehow able to get it to a lower area. You can see that there are some dips. There's some areas of the town itself that are kind of up on a raised section, like along the wall. And there's one section that you can see in particular, Tomar, that's, I want to say like maybe 200 feet to your, if you're looking at the spider thing, to your right. And it's kind of like a little recessed area that has like some buildings and stuff in it, and it looks like it's about 300 feet wide, and so that's about the only like lower area. Everything else seems to be on a general plain or slightly raised.
In that recessed place with the buildings, is there stuff above it that could drop down on it?
No, nothing seems to be up against it or hanging above it or anything like that. None of the buildings seem like super close to the edge, so it seems like it was designed that way to make sure that nothing fell into the recessed area.
Is it taller than all of the buildings?
Yes. And in fact, it looks kind of like, it's a very interesting look as it kind of like trawls over the buildings themselves. Because yeah, it definitely keeps itself elevated to the point where it has to make sure it doesn't knock down any buildings. But it's like right up above them. Usually, as you can see, it looks like it'd probably be like maybe 10 to 20 feet at most that it keeps distance between.
Would you say that it possibly, is it visibly straining to keep itself elevated as much as it is?
From your perspective, it looks like it's doing it pretty easily.
Okay.
But,
not like tiptoeing in high heels or anything here.
No, Tomar, you'd be able to see that it has pretty solid structure at the base of its feet. It seems like it was designed to make sure that it didn't step over or step on anything in particular. And in fact, its limbs all seem to move in kind of independently of each other, which is why it seems to have that weird gait to it.
And none of us have like seen a creature like this before, so we wouldn't have like a knowledge of their...
I will say, is anybody proficient in history?
Nope.
I mean, technically...
You have like half proficiency?
No, because one of my boons that you gave me, I'm proficient in everything.
Oh, yes, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So Willem, I'll allow you to look upon this creature and give me a history check.
Sweet, okay. Oh, damn it. Would this count for whatever talent or whatever?
Reliable talent?
Reliable talent, yeah. Damn, it's been a minute.
Yeah, if you're proficient, for sure.
Sweet. Okay, so in that case, 17.
17. Unfortunately, because of the rare nature of this beast, you don't think you've ever seen anything quite like it. It definitely has elements of a serpent and a spider, but as far as what it could possibly be, you're drawing a blank on it.
Okay.
Willem, is there, the tower you're in, is there any part of it that you can see that's structurally holding it up that can be manipulated?
So, Willem, you would see as you look around that the top area of the tower, where you would be, it doesn't actually have a bell in it. You thought at first that it was like a bell tower, but you can see that there is kind of like this like strange polygonal box, like of stone, kind of in the center that has like some slots in it, as if you would input something in there. And the one side of it, it looks as though there is a kind of a spherical, almost speaker-like shape I mean, you wouldn't know what a speaker is, but kind of looks a little bit like a speaker there. But the actual structure of this top area is on these very thin, kind of artistically designed support systems that go around the outside. It doesn't seem like there's much on the inside.
How big is that area?
That area is about 20 foot in circumference.
So if it fell on something, it hurt it.
Potentially.
The artistry will be their hubris and downfall.
So what
you noticed... Go ahead.
No, you can keep going.
I was gonna say, you guys know, Willem. You noticed that. So the shape of the supports is, like I said, kind of artistic. So they're kind of like contoured, going up and down. You don't think that they're super structurally sound to the point that it would resist, like, say, an earthquake or some sort of wrenching force if it was great enough.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it could be coerced into toppling over.
Okay, well, maybe we can lure it to the tower and then we can knock it down on it or something.
Okay. That could be a good start.
I'm trying to think about a spell I could use to attack it. Does anyone have a way to hold it in place or anything? Or,
Well, actually, that was my B plan. My A plan was try and see if maybe we can befriend it. But if you really think that's off the table, then I guess I could do that.
I mean, you can try whatever you want, Pinwin, but it might destroy you. We don't know how strong it is. But you might be the most healthy out of all of us, so maybe you could do it. I don't know.
And you watch Tomar. You have the best vantage point as it continues to move around in kind of like the skittering diagonal way over some more, and it seems to be heading towards like the general area of that where everybody else is.
All right, it's very slowly making its way over. Does anyone else have plans?
I think I can try and lure it within range of dropping the structure on it if I cast Silent Image and maybe put it in the form of something that it eats. Does anybody know what spider snake giants eat?
Whatever they want.
Eggs?
Eggs. All right. I'll do a moon. What is it? What's the fucking Denny's? Moon over my hammy or whatever.
I'm not sure it's looking to eat anything. It might just be summoned to destroy whatever, because whatever it is knows that we're here. It was summoned by something.
Does it seem like it can even see very well?
I can't tell, but it has other means of detecting.
Yeah, from what you can observe, Tomar, from your insight roll, it does seem to be having issues seeing. As you noticed, the eyes are kind of slits, and it keeps turning its head from side to side as if it's looking for something. But yeah, there's definitely something weird about the way that it is perceiving things.
So does it look like it has a blind spot?
It's hard to tell based on that since it's moving its head around so much.
Like some creatures have to have their head turned a certain way to look at things.
You would be, based on what you can see, it almost looks like it's not fully dependent on its eyes.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do we have a way to make everyone quiet?
I can close my mouth.
That's a start.
Yeah, but your sandals will still flap.
I can just shuffle.
Take them off. Just.
Can we see the cave ceiling? Or like
Yes, you can.
Okay. What about where's the nearest like cave wall, I guess?
From where you are, probably 500 feet away.
I mean, I could pass without a trace, but then I can't do hold monster. Should I just ask him? Should I say, hey, what are you doing here?
Is pass without trace concentration?
It actually is.
You fucking
If it had more dependence on its sight, then I was thinking maybe we could like stun it with a bright light, but I don't think that would have.
Maybe we could make a lot of noise to disorient
and distract. Ooh, yeah, from like different points
in the city. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. We can definitely make noise. That's what we're good at.
We're thinking the wrong way here. We need to lean into our problems.
Just go la 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 la. It has just like a super like all area effect laser that it shoots out.
Just a fucking cone of force. Just kills us.
What's my favorite way to make noise?
Fucking just Skrillexes us. I can cast Hideous Laughter.
Good one.
Don't you have to target them directly to do that?
Yes.
I think they have to be within, like
30.
60 to 130.
Yep.
Okay.
How far is it right now?
You can't tell, Pinwin, unless you were to like move around a little bit. But Tomar, if you were to ask him, he would be able to tell you that from where you guys are generally located, it's kind of gone the distance, and now it's like maybe 400 to 350 feet away from like the area with the tower and the statue and the gazebo.
Making his way downtown.
Can I see where the bell is?
The what?
The bell.
What bell?
You said there was a bell that was missing.
No, there isn't a bell in there. There's like he thought it was a bell tower at first.
Oh.
It looks like it, but there's something else in there, and you wouldn't be able to see it from where you are.
Okay.
Oh, I see where your line of thinking was going. Back to the Beldorak.
Mm-hmm.
You're smart and shit.
I have my horn. It would give us all advantage.
Is there
And
a
it
range
is-
on it?
Otherwise, if we want to go back the other direction, the other line of thinking, if I can get close enough to it, I could cast deafness on it.
That's true. That's true. That could be. So maybe we could do the distracting thing first and then lure it a certain direction. Then you cast deafness on it. And then we bodega it.
So so there's a part of me that's like, I know we need to communicate what we're doing so that we don't accidentally die and shit like that. But there's also a part of me that's like, I kind of want to just have it be a surprise because I'm so happy to try and do it because it sounds so fucking cool in my head.
Billy, if you were there and you were Willem, would you want to be surprised by this monster, or would you like to formulate a plan to try and kill it in a smart way?
While we
So-
all have our brains connected.
Yeah, the convenience of a spell that we can just think our plan without noise.
And all of a sudden you just hear Willem thinking, almond milk, eggs,
Oh shit!
Bread.
He's up to something.
I know what that means.
little tortillas. No,
Tortillas.
okay, so I think, guys, if I can get to a high enough place and we can lure it close enough to me without it actually noticing me first, what I think I can do is, or what I'm thinking of doing would be to shoot a web arrow on top of it, and I'll just jump onto it and try and aim for the webbing to stick to, and then I can cast deafness on it.
How close do you have to be for deafness?
I think 30 feet, but
That seems super risky to your body in many ways.
it does. But I don't want to try and get 30 feet within this thing and like cast it and have it turn on me. So
Right.
like I feel like if I'm on it, it might actually be advantageous.
So here's the thing. The thing I want to do,
It's getting closer and closer to
as part of the
FYI.
as part of the bodega, I want to do Firestorm, and if I do Firestorm, that's not super conducive to you being on it. I can drop a bunch of fire meteors down on him.
That's true.
Like so,
well, actually,
your
Pinwin,
web
does Pinwin
is
still
forming-
have that mantle that protects against
he
fire?
does. Oh, does he?
What?
Did someone have that when we were in Deepminster and we fought the
were-
dragons?
The red dragon. He had something that protected him from fire, or was that?
Oh, that was that cloak. You would have to
Didn't we
put it on.
destroy it or something, or it was removed?
Wasn't it
Actually,
hard to get off?
That was the other cloak. That's
Oh,
the charisma
so many
cloak.
cloaks.
I know.
Cloaks and gems.
Stones.
So here's the thing:
Stones.
Pinwin knows how to hold monster. So you don't really need to get right up on him to hold him in place. You have the blindness, deafness. Which,
I do too.
Okay.
We could go from each side just as backup.
Okay.
One could do blindness and one could do deafness even.
Okay,
We could do
perfect.
that.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's use the obelisk or whatever the tower is, and that'll be our point of like luring it. Like that's X marks the spot, and Gorbel and I will hide on opposite ends of the street or the path to the obelisk. We'll hide inside the buildings, and you guys will lure it. And once it gets within range from our hiding spots, we'll try and cast blindness and deafness on it. And then y'all can go ham.
And then Pinwin can cast Hold Monster on it.
Tight.
So you guys
So I
create...
do that last?
No.
You'll do it at the same time as them. They'll make it blind and deaf, or at least try, and then you'll hold it in place. And then, yeah, we need a way to distract it to lead it toward that obelisk.
I can do screaming with minor illusion.
Ooh.
Is there a range on it? How far can you be away from it?
30 feet, but do you think it'd maybe echo in here? Like, gray area?
Based on you guys' passive perceptions, you can tell that because this is a cavern, things do tend to reverberate pretty loudly.
Just turn
And
into
that's
a
a
puppet.
cantrip too. It's a
It is a
cantrip.
cantrip.
So you're not wasting anything. Yeah, you can cast it at
Yeah,
the
I
building.
can't rip it.
So you wait till they position themselves, and I'll keep flying closer. Do we want to test to see what it's capable of first?
How so?
I don't know.
Like get real fiery and angry?
You could, what about your double? You could use your double, like sacrifice it or something, unless that's a really high level spell.
It's a pretty high level spell. I could, what if I sneak a little bit closer, like to my spot, and cast Mage Hand, and then like use it to drop a stone, a little ways away from me,
Okay. Couldn't hurt.
and kind of see how it
Unless it
reacts.
senses you by like magic or something.
That would suck.
That would suck a lot. I didn't think about that.
I guess we would have to be ready for all of this.
Okay. I will get in position to 150 feet away from the obelisk, if that
Okay.
makes sense. So I'll be far enough away that I can cast my spell but not be in eyesight.
And this obelisk, are there like conjoined streets or paths that meet in this center, or?
Yeah, it kind of everything moves toward it. It is like kind of a central crossroads where a bunch of different streets connect to it.
Perfect. Okay, that's exactly what I was imagining and hoping for. Okay. So looking at where it is now in conjunction with where I'm at the obelisk, I think to Gorbel, all right, I'm going to take up in a building on the right side if you want to go left.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can count on you to sneak. I'm not the sneakiest. So I'm going to have my mage hand ready, sort of, and I'm going to keep like a stone. Can I find like a couple rocks?
Yeah, there's definitely rocks and stuff
Okay,
around.
I gather up a few pieces of rock just in case like I make a sound, then I can toss a rock and hopefully throw it off my sound scent. So yeah, I'm gonna make my sneak.
Sweet.
Okay, so I will. Willem, are you going to be invisible?
I am.
Okay, so you're going to give me sneak at advantage,
Okay.
and Gorbel, you're going to give me a regular sneak.
Can I have advantage?
No.
Okay. We can always ask.
That's a
can always
35.
35? Okay.
Sneaky.
Sneaky deaky.
Level 20 rogue.
Okay, stealthy bitch. Let's do it. Not bad. Okay, that is a 22.
Yeah.
22. That's pretty decent. So Gorbel, you start sneaking. Willem, yeah, you're able to easily sneak along, even like a little bit faster than a normal sneak pace. And
You sneak so good.
sneak so well, girl.
I'm in crouch position, but I'm still holding the run button.
You you guys are able to kind of get close enough. It now is about 100 feet away from where you guys are. Pinwin, what are you up to right now?
Just getting ready to use minor illusion to make a distraction.
Okay, so are you moving towards the tower then?
Yeah, I guess trying to get a little bit closer in range. I know it's echoey, so it's not a strict 30 feet, but I'll probably want to be a little bit closer.
Okay, gotcha. And then Tomar, you are...
I can't travel through like the little whole tunnel thing, can I?
You very well could.
Ooh, can I try and see if I
can perceive or something?
This is so
Yeah, give me a
on
perception.
brand for Pinwin.
Just running in tunnels and doing all sorts of hijinks.
I mean, he found a tunnel. He's gonna like
Yeah, you're not gonna not tunnel.
dig right through.
Wait, didn't that thing come out of a tunnel? What if there are like little babies? You just run into like the
I'll
nest
find
of.
him, hopefully.
Never let Mika DM. She will
You're all gonna
fuck
die,
us.
just FYI.
19.
19? Okay, yeah, you were able to see that there are, you kind of position yourself and you can see that some of these tunnels like line up. It's all pretty flat surface in this area, so you can see like there's multiple tunnels, but there's like a straight shot that would get you basically like right up to the opening of the street where the tower is.
I'm a tunnel travel then.
All right, so you start scurrying down the tunnel.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Willem and Gorbel, you get into position, and Tomar, you kind of drift down a little bit till you're about 150 feet up from the area, while still, keeping this weird spider creature is still moving along, still.
Wait, does it use like sonar?
Echolocation.
Yeah.
Echo the dolphin.
Oh
Well,
crap! What if it can see us? Like just because we are going to, like, bounce sound differently?
Well, that's what the deafness will be good for.
Yeah. Ugh.
I think we have a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay,
we just,
let's stick with the plan.
yeah, we just don't
I
know
feel like
enough.
this is the most planning we've ever planned ever.
Except for the time you guys blew up that tavern.
Once in a while, we have like a solid
That was very
plan.
calculated.
Yeah, we can do this.
or
We're-
the siege of Moonreach.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or the siege of that one
Starhost.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you guys are good when it comes to being
God's Valley, too.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys plan, to ambush, you guys do a really good
We're
job.
good at fortification.
All right, so you guys get into position. Everybody is kind of waiting for this. Pinwin, you can see that it is now about 75 feet away from you currently are. I don't know when you're planning on activating it. What is the catalyst that you guys are waiting for?
So is there like a small like town square sort of space in front of the tower?
Yeah,
That's what I was-
there's like several of them. One of them happens to be in front of the tower. It doesn't seem like it's going directly that way though. It seems like it's almost its body position seems like it's gonna skirt around the town
Well,
square.
hopefully. Okay, so Pinwin, it seems like it's close enough that it'll start being able to hear it if you want to cast that illusion on the tower and then just find a way to get out of there. And then if we lure it into that space, then you guys can get the drop on it.
I'll just stand up on my knees just slightly so I can just kind of peer over.
Are you still in the little tunnel there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll quietly like strum my lute to cast minor illusion and just be like
So you cast a super loud scream that just, and you guys see that hear this scream just like echo everywhere. And Tomar, you watch as the head snaps in one direction, and then immediately
Great
the spider,
song, love that band.
the spider leaps off of the ground into
shit.
the air and lands right in front of the tower. And Pinwin, I need you to give me a dex save.
Oh shit!
I knew we should have tested first.
We couldn't have
Oh
known.
yeah, what
that-
happened to testing first? We talked about it.
20.
20? Okay, you are able to move out of the way in this tunnel, like flatten yourself against the side of the tunnel as the thin appendage of this spider creature snakes down towards the tunnel, and you watch as like a section of it elongates and goes down into the tunnel, and then
And I'm just like,
kind of slithers around and then slinks back in. Everyone give me initiative.
Oh shit!
26.
12.
23.
22.
Oh no. I hate when I go first.
Me too. So much decision.
Well, I always have like good supporting actions, but I don't have the good like let's get this party started action.
So far, I mostly think that
Oh.
we should still go with the plan. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
at least know what you're supposed
Is
to do.
Is it close?
Yeah.
Well, it's right where we wanted it to be.
Okay. But it's within 30 feet of me?
It's about 50 feet now, so you guys would probably have to move closer. But, Gorbel, you're up. You see that this thing has leaped through the air, slammed down, quieter than you would have assumed a giant creature like that jumping through the air would have made the sound of.
Well, crap, it's not close enough to cast.
You would have to move 20 feet up.
In the tower thing?
It's in front of the tower. But it's like currently, like, you can see one of its appendages fishing into one of the holes underneath one of the buildings.
You stupid.
I was expecting it to be close enough. Okay. But it's within...
It's about 50 feet away from you.
Okay. Can I do a quick think to everyone?
Yeah, as a free action, sure.
Okay. I can't reach it with blindness or deafness. Do you think I should just hit it with fairy fire?
No. I think you should get closer to it and cast one of those spells.
Ugh. Fine. Okay.
Can you bardic inspiration over telepathic bond? Are you sure?
Well,
okay.
Seth
is part of it visual?
I think it can just be whatever. I think if they can hear you, then yes.
I mean, technically,
I will allow it.
It's bardic
Yeah,
inspiration.
it says that
so,
can hear you.
yeah, I was gonna say sing a song. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Gorbel, you've got this.
Now you have bardic inspiration, Gorbel.
Okay. Maybe I do got this.
It's possible that I have this.
Maybe. Okay. Pinwin believes in me. I believe in me. Okay.
Yes.
I, as quietly as I can, but still with some swiftness, I try to move about 20 feet closer.
If you're trying to sneak, that'll have your speed. So you'll only be able to get, what's your max speed? Is it, or, oh no, never mind. You're fucking Gorbel. I forgot. Yeah,
I am fucking Gorbel.
So yeah, go ahead and
I'm Michaela, and I'm fucking Gorbel.
give me a sneak roll.
Ooh.
More like Snob Goblin.
I am feeling
You get a
still
point of boon.
today.
Yeah.
That is 26.
26. All right, so you very easily sneak along the ground, very quietly, moving towards the creature, and you're able to move up in a sneaking position pretty quickly to 20 feet.
In my mind, I'm going, I got this. I got this. Okay. So now that it's in range, I think to everyone, I'm in range. And as I think that, I am going to... I guess since I'm going first, I'll just do the deafness one. Because you have blindness and deafness, right, Willem?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and cast deafness.
Okay.
And that is a constitution save of 19.
You watch as this... how do you cast the spell? I guess I should ask.
Usually they can see me when this happens, so... I guess I'm just going to silently this time put my finger over my mouth and do a shh, but not actually make the sound. So it looks way dumber.
Okay, so the magical energy starts to envelop this creature, then suddenly it stops what it's doing, and it like turns its head from side to side, and then it lets out this like mournful tone.
Don't humanize it. I think to everyone.
Willem, you're up.
I already named it. Fuck. I can't do it. I can't kill Jerry. Okay.
Jerry.
So
Pinwin, you're on deck.
there's no panes in these windows, right? They're like adobes, like Pueblo.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna grab like the top of one and like huck myself out and up to spider stick onto the outside of the wall.
All right, give me a acrobatics check.
That's a fun image.
Yeah.
34.
Okay, yeah, this is like second nature to you. You just and you stick onto the wall.
Can you imagine if you missed? You're just like don't touch and you just
the nervousness of the situation, your hands slip off and you just tumble backwards.
You just, it's like from Hot Rod, you just hear, shit.
but.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's the best. All right, and then I'm going to start running along the wall toward the spider snake.
Are you trying to be stealthy about it, or are you just straight up just fucking heave-hoing?
Being stealthy wouldn't hinder my movement speed, right? My maximum movement.
So yeah, it actually makes it 2/3 your regular pace. So if it's 30, then it would only allow you to move 10 feet, unless you are level. Wait,
2/3 would be 20 feet, wouldn't it?
2/3 your. Sorry, it takes it down by 2/3 is what it says.
Okay.
Unless you have the rogue ability Supreme Sneak.
I do not.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I will not be sneaky about it then. I figure I'm invisible anyway. Fuck it.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so you're gonna head that way as fast as you can, running along the walls.
Yes, please.
And you're able to get up there within 30 feet pretty quick.
So I cast blindness, and it has to do a con save of 19.
Oh, con save. Okay. All right, what does it look like when you cast blindness?
Nothing, because I'm invisible.
Okay.
sorry. I couldn't.
Fair.
I couldn't help.
All of a sudden, a cloud of.
But you become visible when you cast it.
That's true. All right,
so you'll puff out doing something.
From like one of the pockets in my leather jerkin, I pull out like a little bit of wool, and I kind of rub it between my hands in front of my face.
I like to imagine you're doing that as you're running along the wall invisible.
Yeah. And then I do like a symbolic gesture of like throwing it in my own face and in my eyes, and I say,
okay,
Nelvadan.
And then, so yeah, your invisibility disappears, and this shroud of darkness surrounds the head of this beast, and suddenly it begins thrashing like crazy. And Pinwin, I'm gonna need another dex save from you.
Ooh. Let me get to the dex save screen. 29.
29. Okay. So here's what happens, Pinwin. The creature, because it's thrashing around and its arm is still in the tunnel, you feel the structure of the tunnel begin to collapse. You see you have a very tiny opening, or you can continue into the depths of the tunnel to go back where you came from, but you have to decide right now which direction you're going.
Tiny hole.
Tiny hole to go out?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to actually need you to give me an acrobatics check.
Okay. 17.
17. Okay, as this tunnel starts collapsing, it pulls its arm out, and you're able to slip through just barely through this hole that it started to form. And as you climb out very quickly from the hole, you watch as the building you were just in collapses, and this creature is now like spinning in place and thrashing out. I need everyone so everybody but Tomar, you're all gonna have to give me a wisdom save.
Ooh.
Pinwin has got some huge balls.
I imagine when he got out and saw the building collapse, he just kind of like salutes and then tries to run. But he rolled 13, so
23.
23.
10. Wait, does my bardic inspiration count for anything? I have not used that.
You can use it right now.
Thank God.
Are you a D8 or D10 for you?
D10, I think. Ooh, 19.
19? Okay, so you got 23, Willem?
Yep.
And 19, and Pinwin, you got 13?
yeah.
Okay. Pinwin,
Yeah.
you watch, you
dead.
guys all see this as the creature begins like thrashing around and kind of spinning in place, and then it drops down low, and you watch as like from its body this like radiation of energy blasts out and kind of just goes through the streets and hits like the buildings and kind of arcs around them. And Pinwin, it hits you, and you feel like this burning inside of your body. Pinwin, you're going to take 65 damage.
Oh no.
So it just like, whatever this is,
Ouch.
this like radiation blasts you, and you just feel it in your bones, and you just feel really bad. And it is radiant damage.
Oof. That's also interesting. Yeah. And a underground dwelling monster that deals radiant damage.
It's interesting in a troubling way.
All right, so Pinwin, it is now your turn. You've just been blasted by this
You know,
and escaped a collapsing building.
it's kind of a danger with this thing thrashing around, so I'm gonna try to hold monster.
All right.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Please
Thank
succeed.
you. Please.
That would be so perfect.
Please. So here we go. Choose creature, see within range. Wisdom save of 19.
As you cast it, Pinwin, I assume by strumming, you feel like it kind of holds on to the monster for a second, and then it seems to dissipate as if it just broke out of your kind of hold, and it continues to thrash, and you find that it is unsuccessful, and it's like whirling around. At least it doesn't know where you are at the moment, it doesn't seem. Willem, actually all of you guys would see this. You guys watch as something kind of like shoots down the street, this little shape. You watch as it shoots down the street and hovers in the air right by the monster. And Tomar, you're probably the only one who can't see the detail on this, but the rest of you see this like floating weird sack thing that has a face drawn on it. And then you see that it's joined by two others floating up near it. And you guys watch as these like little black beams of light strike out. There's 3 total, and hit the creature as it's standing there, as it's thrashing there, doing.
Oh, I hope these are Chester's puppets.
Oh, sorry. There's four puppets.
Oh, puppets?
Yes, you're looking at the puppets, the little doll, the little paper or little sack dolls
Awesome.
of Chester.
Chester for the
Good call.
win. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys watch as these 4 like sack dolls float around, and then they each shoot like a black beam right into the creature itself, and it lets out another just woeful noise as it's zapped by these. And then you guys watch as the puppets kind of like reconfigure themselves and then kind of hover in the air still. Tomar, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna swoop down over it, and I'm gonna use my hammer to paint like light in a line across its spine, going up towards its head. And as I fly away, these fireballs are gonna start falling down in the pattern that I made. And I'm gonna cast Firestorm. Really curious about this since he's such a long and big creature. I'm going to say this. A storm made up of sheets of roaring flame appears in the location you choose within range. The area of the storm consists of up to 10 10-foot cubes, which you can arrange as you wish. Each cube must have at least one face adjacent to the face of another cube. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 7d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Now, I don't know if it's so big, would it take damage on each section of it when it gets hit? Because each of those fireballs do 7d10 of fire damage.
Okay. So yeah, it would be in each of the spaces. It's definitely like big enough. It's about, I mean, it's probably like wide wise, this fucking spider thing is probably 50 to 60 feet wide, and it's about the same length long.
Okay, so I make a line that's like 100 feet long across it, like going, like I trace the line up along it, and then in such a way that all the cubes would hit it. So I don't know. Make a dex save.
Okay.
And then I guess you can determine how many of them hit him if it hits.
He just does another
Ooh.
and dodges the whole thing.
It got an 8 for its dex save.
Fuck yeah. All right, so what do I do?
So you're going to, I mean, you can go ahead and roll the damage considering it really can't see much of what's happening at it. So go ahead and just give me what the damage is, and I'll give you a descriptor behind it because I think there's going to be a peculiarity there.
Okay. 48 fire damage.
48 fire damage. So you watch as these firestorm balls fly out of the sky and strike the back of the creature, and hitting its carapace. You notice that it looks like those hits are a bit more muffled than what they might be on a normal creature, and one could assume that it took about half the amount of damage that it normally would have. So you said it was 48?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all right, so yeah, it takes about half of that. But yeah, so you guys have watched as Tomar dropped the bomb on him, and you guys have all kind of done your own thing. It's still deaf and it's still blind, and it's been hit just a couple of times, and it seems to be searching for where those attacks came from. It turned to the side that it was hit by those dolls, and then once it got hit in the back, it like kind of snaked its head up, and you can see that its head, while still shrouded in this shadow, is like pivoting around as if it's looking for where that came from. And it's going to like release this roar again of pain and anguish as it's trying to find the source of what's hurting it. However, because it can't see anything, it can't really do anything other than drop low, and it once again, everyone is going to give me a wisdom save.
Rob's distant cousin drop.
Oh no!
17.
It hit the curl of my notebook page, and I got old natural 1.
Okay.
No.
The opposite happened to me. I'm rolling on D&D Beyond, and it hit the top corner and like immediately like just stopped rolling on a 20.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
So what'd you get, Pinwin?
29.
17.
Okay, 17, 29, and a natural 1. So what would that be with your
Modifier?
well, yeah, with your modifier?
2.
2. Okay.
Oh.
All right. So this wave of radiant energy comes blasting out.
Sounds like a lot.
I need
It
you to give
does.
me high or low, Gorbel.
I'll go high.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
You'll know in a sec.
Is that wrong?
Gorbel, you are going to take 90 damage.
Oh.
Oh, noes.
And because of the nature of your roll, you will not be knocked backwards and knocked prone. However, you do feel an intense burning inside of your body as this blast hits you. All right, Gorbel, it is now your turn.
And this is just like a blast
it's
that's
like
emanating out from him every time
Okay.
he does his like howl.
Kill it.
Fuck.
How close am I?
Right now, you would be still about like 30-ish feet from it. It's been staying in the same spot, just like spinning around and thrashing.
I'm really mad.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Disintegrate.
Okay.
Ooh.
What's the...
Yes.
It's a dex save 19.
Go ahead and tell me how this spell looks.
So I do it my regular way. In complete anger, I put my hands over my head and do a loud clap. and then little rays start like coming from my fingertips and attack the creature. It failed. Did it fail its dex save?
It did fail the dex save.
Okay. So then it's going to take 10d6 plus 40 force damage.
What spell level did you cast it at?
6.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so 10d6 plus 40.
Okay. So 40 plus 40. 80 damage.
Okay, and it's force damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Nice.
so you slap your hands together and you watch as like a section of the creature's body just like looks like it gets kind of like dug into with the spell, and it once again just like and it drops down, and I need everyone but Tomar to give me a wisdom save.
Shit.
Really?
Why are we down?
This is going to be the one that gets me. I know it. Yeah, that's not good. Guys, it's been nice
7.
knowing you.
7?
I don't want to. Oh.
I rolled another 1.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
All right, high or low?
Do you have anything?
Hi.
All right. What did you get, Willem?
14.
Okay, and what did you get, Pinwin?
7.
7, okay.
We need to not be down.
I'm going to think to everyone gather up and get to the same spot real quick. Use your whole action, or I say the fantasy equivalent of that.
Okay, so Pinwin and Willem, you guys are each going to take 70 damage. Gorbel, you're going to take 71 damage.
Oh, okay.
No fair.
So
I'm so
do my
happy I
spider
have more
shoes
HP.
stick whether or not I am conscious?
That's an interesting question. I would say no.
I am now falling off the side of a building.
Okay, all right, let's see.
How many feet up are you?
I mean, the most you could have been was like 50.
Okay.
So it'd be
I would imagine
5d6.
Yeah. So you're going to take an additional 12 damage. That could have been a lot worse. But so you guys watch as Willem's form just drops. He just suddenly drops off of the side of the building and just hits the ground.
So how much damage is it after you fall unconscious that it takes another one of your saves?
I think
So-
taking any damage gives you
taking any damage
fail.
would remove one of your saves. So you have one failure and you need to get 2 more. And it is now your turn, Willem. So go ahead and roll that death save.
Fuck me in the ass.
All right.
Oh my god.
And so again, I just did this the other day when we were playing with Tomas in his DMing campaign. But what do I roll?
A d20.
Just a d20. Okay. Oh, thank fuck. That was a 19.
Okay, so you have 1 failure, 1 success.
Okay.
All right. Pinwin, it is your turn.
I also yelled to everyone in their head to get close to each other.
Okay, so yeah, I'll try to get. Am I closer to Gorbel or Willem?
You're basically equidistance from both of them.
But you would know that Willem can't move if he's unconscious.
Yeah.
That's very true. So I'll go towards Willem. And can I cast a spell as well, or will that take my whole turn?
I mean, if you move towards him and cast a spell, that will take your turn, yes.
Right, but the moving, that won't. I guess how far am I from him?
I would say you're roughly 30 feet from him.
Okay, my walking speed is 25, so if I go pretty fast, then I can.
Yeah, but that you wouldn't be able to cast a spell then. I mean, you could get 25 feet.
Just move,
Depending on the
You
spell.
could just
Yeah,
move your whole
I'll do
action
that.
instead. Like,
Yeah.
Just dash there.
Well, I was gonna heal him too.
I mean, you can
I
get.
mean, 5
you can
feet
use
is
you
pretty
can-
close.
Yeah, if it's within 5 feet. I mean, it depends on the range of the spell.
Yeah, so I'll just move as far as I can, and then I'll cast Healing Spirit at what do I have open? 5th level.
Okay.
Healing Spirit. Okay, so that was 9.
Okay. So 9. healing total. Okay, Willem, you are now back to the world of the living. You're gonna have 9 HP.
All right.
I'll salute again. I'm on a salute kick.
I kind of like sit up and prop myself
You
up
guys-
on one elbow and
Good job,
try
Pinwin.
and drag myself to the side of a building to lean up against.
You guys watch as the dolls kind of reconfigure themselves in the air again, and then sit.
So cute and aggressive. I love it. They're so fun.
And they strike the beast, and it. Tomar, it's your turn.
How far away from Willem am I?
How far did you drop when you were, or you went back up, so you're like 150 feet away, or no, you would be further. You'd be like 220 feet away from him.
I'm going to move 60 feet down towards them, and then I'm just going to turn off my wings and fall the rest of the way.
Okay. All right. Okay, give me an athletics roll.
11.
Okay, so you went down 60 feet, so that would give you a remaining of 100 and what did I say, 220? So you'd be looking at 160 feet drop. So 16 d6s. Who's got D&D Beyond open for the rolling?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Since I'm falling.
Why did you drop?
You'll see.
He wants to die. You know, I'm tired.
Fucking kamikaze.
I think, okay. It glitched out for a second. 52 damage.
Okay, so Tomar, you take 52 falling damage.
And I wanted to aim myself like way close to them, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. So I just like,
So you just like
and I
right
like
next
free
to him.
fall, just like,
You crack the dirt, or you crack the stone
Then
right
I-
there as you land.
I stand up like Chris Farley when he fell down the hill in Black Sheep. But then I,
Oh, actually, real quick, give me high or low.
hi.
Broken back.
Okay, you do not suffer any additional effects at the moment.
Oh, that's good.
I reach into my bag and I pull out the ivory candle and I whisper a prayer and I cast Control Flame on it. So in a 20-foot radius, anyone around will automatically heal all the way up.
Nice.
There you go. Okay, so Pinwin and Willem and you all heal. Gorbel is kind of 10 feet away from that that radius.
God, you couldn't wait.
And now you watch as the beast kind of starts shaking its head as if it's trying to throw off the effects of its blindness and its deafness, and it doesn't seem to be able to do either. So it drops low and it releases another radiant blast. I need everybody to give me a wisdom save.
God damn.
Everyone but Gorbel has advantage on it now
Yes,
because of the
correct.
candle.
Oh, nice.
I rolled another one. I shit you not.
Are you? No. Stop.
Stop rolling that die.
Throw away your dice. Burn it.
Wait, how do you roll? Do you just put it on the table or?
I just set it down.
Can she
Pick it up, set it down.
Fuck. I'm so sorry.
Jump back, fuck myself.
Give me a high or low, Gorbel.
Hi.
What did everybody else get?
22.
26.
24.
Okay, so Gorbel.
This candle rules.
Yeah, it does. It sucks that Gorbel wasn't there, Tomas.
I told her to get closer.
She was.
I wasn't allowed to.
I know.
Right.
I blame Seth for not making her closer.
We go from like complimenting each other and doing well to just fuck Seth.
It's a season of thanks. I hate you.
I'm thankful that I don't have to travel far to slit your fucking throat.
Gorbel, you're going to take 60 damage, and you will not be blasted back, but and prone. But you are feeling another inside fire.
You don't know how I feel. Yeah.
Gorbel, are you okay?
You just need
I'm
some
fine.
antihistamines and some antibiotics. You'll be fine.
Get
All right.
over here.
Willem, it's your turn.
I can't.
All right.
Oh, sorry. No, it's not Willem's turn.
Okay.
Gorbel, it's your turn. Sorry, I just targeted you, but
Ugh. Can I just walk away?
well, you're in the middle of a terrible battle.
I don't have to be. Okay. I'm going to cast Disintegrate again
Okay.
at 9th level.
Please tell me you're
Oh,
walking towards us when you do
shit.
that.
Yes. It's gotta get.
Dex
gotta
save
get this
19.
time.
Come towards us. Come towards the light, my foolish sister.
Oh shit. Okay. That's a natural 1 from the creature.
Hey,
Kill it, Gorbel.
Jesus Lord.
kill
Give me a
it.
damage roll and then
Okay, finally, some payback. So that is going to be 121 force damage.
Yeah.
you cast it at 9th level, so you'd get an additional 3d6, or did it already configure those?
No, it did not.
Okay, so roll 3d6.
Jesus.
14.
14.
So 135 total.
Look at spider snake thing.
Gorbel, show me what you got.
Yay!
I cast a mean look over at everybody who's at full health.
Just halfway standing in a candle flame.
And as I'm just staring at them, scowling, I pick each foot up and like dust off the bottom of each sandal. I huff,
Just covered in debris and dirt and stuff.
and I'm still looking at them as I angrily approach the big spider serpent. And I'm walking towards it, angry, staring at my healthy friends. And then I let out a defeated sigh. And I turn my focus onto the creature. I go, "You bitch!" And clap over my head.
And bringing it to 0 HP at least, the creature suddenly just dissolves into ash. And you guys, like, the ash just spreads everywhere, just leaving just like this void of magical rippling energy in the center before that too disperses.
As I'm holding the candle, I look over at her. Well, what were you waiting for?
I was dying.
As you guys watch the like kind of smoke and ash disperse, you can see something glittering in the center of the area that was once occupied by this huge creature.
Loot?
You hear like a ting ting ting, and you watch as everything disperses, and jutting up from the cobblestones is about an 8-inch long, what appears to be like a shard of rock. But this rock is like part granite and part like glittering amethyst, part sapphire. There's dozens of what looks to be precious stones inside of this jagged shard of rock. And as you guys watch, it suddenly ripples with a magical lightning. And that's where we're going to end for the night.
And I cower in fear because I've learned my lesson.
Is it a super lineage stone? That's cool.
It's like the
Expanded
slammer of lineage stones.
I think that went pretty well. We had some.
No wonder
Yeah.
that thing was upset. It had that inside of it.
Imagine if you guys didn't cast blindness and deafness on it.
Oh, we would be.
What if we just talk to it? What if it's just gonna give it to us?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's heavy.
Chill, bro. It's chill.
It's Jill.
Well, you're gonna have to blow me up to get to it, but okay.
I've had a good run. Here, go ahead and blast me good, bruh.
Ride the wave into the afterlife, bruh.
Wait, let me get a sick rip real quick.
That was a fun fight.
Kill me.
I liked that.
Yeah, that was
I like it when we have a plan.
I think it was shorter than our planning was.
Yeah, that checks out.
Probably.
That's usually
But
a thing.
hey, I mean,
Well,
a
it
lot
was
of
like
times,
2 rounds, I think. But yeah, it was very cool.
I think it was three total.
Yeah.
I always think the journey to the battle is more fun than the actual battle.
I thought the battle was fun. I liked the idea of Willem first hopping out of the window in that cool way, and then just as soon as he takes a damage, just like suddenly falling.
Just
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
That's cool stuff.
it had been so long since we actually had like a rest, so I only had like 17 HP.
Oh, I was
yeah.
like, what happened? How did he die so soon?
Yeah, that's why those first two I was just like, especially when Gorbel got hit the first time and it was 70 damage. I was like, yeah, if I take anything, I'm fucking done.
Gulp.
Yeah, but Willem don't give a fuck.
So I think I might hold the record for the most critical failures
In
in a
one
row.
episode,
Oh
for
my
sure.
god.
Definitely
On
in a
the
How does
row.
that even
check.
happen?
In a row, in an episode,
roll
possibly
again.
overall.
Oh, I didn't roll a 1. I rolled an 11 though.
that's 2-1. No, no.
That's even more ones.
Double trouble.
All right, so why don't you guys tell me why you deserve 5 points of boon?
I think I just told you.
Planning.
Yeah, I think we all contributed to a really cool game plan, and a lot of close calls made it really interesting. So
Yeah, teamwork, planning, everybody doing.
Communication.
Yeah, everybody doing really cool stuff too.
yeah, I dug it.
Tomar got to use his present.
Candles.
My present.
Yeah.
Aromatherapy.
Your special purpose.
All right, everyone receives 5 points of boon.
Shaw.
All right, now it's time for tonight's MVPC. I need you to tell me who the most valuable player character is by voting. So what we're gonna do is, on the count of 3, you guys will hold up the number of fingers corresponding to the person you would like to vote for the audience's benefit. Willem is 1, Tomar is 2, Pinwin is 3, and Gorbel is 4. So take a moment to consider, and then we will vote. Everybody ready? Mm-hmm. All right. On the count of 3, you'll hold up the fingers and hold them up so I can see them on the TV. 1, 2, 3, vote. All right. We've got 3 votes for Gorbel and 1 vote for Tomar. Gorbel, why'd you vote for Tomar?
I voted for Tomar because he was able to, save Willem's life and bring everybody back, and also use his new candle, which is super cool. And he played a big part in the planning and, kind of scheming up like what could go wrong, what we could do better.
Very nice. Willem, why did you vote for Gorbel?
This one was actually really tough because it was between Tomar and Gorbel. Tomar because the candle was a super cool idea, and because of raining down fire on giant spider snake. But I had to give it to Gorbel because fucking in a clinch, she just fucking disintegrated the damn thing.
Yeah, after coming back from 2 critical failures. It was just 2, right?
No, I did it 3 times. Didn't I?
Yeah, 3 critical failures, taking massive damage, and then just being like, nuh-uh. Fucking badass.
I'm like the main character in a Lifetime movie.
I think you're underselling how cool it is.
How could I sell it more than that?
It depends on the audience, I guess.
Just like Julia Roberts in Sleeping with the Enemy, Gorbel swoops in at the last second.
Tomar, why'd you vote for Gorbel?
First of all, I'm going to say that it was Pinwin that did save Willem. Like, his quick run-in really saved him. I just made sure everyone was protected. So,
That's true. Sorry, Pinwin.
but yeah, I loved
That's okay.
I loved how she described the sequence of her just being super mad and just beat up and looking over at us like super fine and ready at the dinner table for Thanksgiving meal. but she's just outside and she got hit by a car, but she rose up like she's like standing there like Captain Marvel, and then she just fucking that was just super awesome.
I'm a phoenix.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're trying to say.
Pinwin, why'd you vote for Gorbel?
Because she believed in herself.
It was you, Pinwin. You were the inspiration.
Pinwin was inside us all along.
Get out of me, Pinwin.
Never.
Just whispers, I'm inside you. Oh, you.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, basically what everyone else said. Like, yeah, ain't letting snake spider dude get her down 3 times. And yeah.
Very nice.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
You're never gonna keep me down. All right, that means tonight's MVPC is Gorbel Icetower.
Oh, yeah.
Take you 5 points of boon, and
Can I trade it for HP?
no. However, because I was waiting for a very similar moment to see if this would ever transpire, but for 3 critical failures receiving the same attack over and over, you now have resistance to radiant damage.
You built up a tolerance with your failure.
Nice.
For taking basically like the most amount over and over.
What are you,
that amount?
What are you, a middle-aged white man in corporate America just failing upwards?
Did it hurt more each time? Like you're like,
No, I got used to it.
ow. Yeah.
Around right before the 3rd time, I was like, yeah, I can take this.
Yeah. So that's it's not really a boon necessarily, but it is something that I feel like could potentially happen, and it's a very sometimes failures, like Billy said, do lead to success. Just failing upwards.
Yeah.
You can actually add that to your character sheet too. If you click on defenses and customize, you can do resistance.
Descending
Really?
upward.
Yeah.
Because I have that to poison. I don't remember why, but I do. It's in my notes.
Nice. Well, you should add it so it's
Probably
there.
from just holding that little snake, and it's just constantly like,
I
biting his face when
wanna
he's sleeping.
I can't remember exactly why, but I want to say it has to do with the fact that you are so good at drinking.
That could be. I don't know.
Resistant to alcohol poisoning.
Which also happened because of how many times you won drinking competitions and rolling. So I do like kind of like the idea of like evolutionary like skill gains like that. So
I tried a different die. I got a 1.
your hands are just
You're
bad.
just a curse.
Wow. All right, so that's it for tonight's episode, folks. Thanks to Chad Piper for that awesome intro song. Thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for that beautiful background music. And thanks to all of you listeners. Once again, please make sure you check out our Patreon. We have awesome tiers available to pick from, and you can see a bunch of cool stuff. You get bonus content, access to the Discord, and if at the highest tier, you even get a sweet swag bag from yours truly and the other yours truly involved in this podcast. So definitely check out our Patreon at patreon.com/D20_syndicate. Yes, Tomas.
Should we thank each patron personally in this?
Yeah, let's do it. You got it pulled up?
we are thankful for you.
Also, if you just ask me, I will bless any of your dice for you.
Blessed does not mean what you think it means in this context. Be very careful.
It's like the reverse of taking it to Gary Gygax's tomb.
Yeah, since we're throwing out thanks, let's thank all of our current patrons right now. You can join
Let's
them
do it.
anytime and get cool benefits, but thank you to D-Wiz, thank you to Trevocalypse, thank you Dimebag6974, cool name.
Thank you. Great name.
Thank you Debo726, thank you M, and thank you Illegal Screen.
Yes.
Your
Thanks
guys'
to all of you.
Your guys' patronage has helped keep the show going through all of this. So we wouldn't be here literally without you guys. So thank you.
It's true.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you, and thanks as
We
well.
love
to the,
you.
Thanks as well to the rest of you listeners. You know what? We're thankful for you guys too, even those of you who aren't patrons. But you get that extra special thank you with your name for being a patron, because we definitely appreciate that. And thanks for contributing so much to our general conversation and dialogue. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. I am your host and DM, Seth, and this is the D20 Syndicate podcast, where we go on adventures
So you don't have to.
Ooh, she stopped you.
Edit that out.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Turkey Day.
I feel like I did it early,
It's okay.
like out of anticipation. It was like 2.5.
I was panicking because I started hearing the metronome, and I was oh no! I have to talk on beat now.
Do you do it a beat after the 3?
I want to.
I did.
It's okay.
See, it's natural.
It's okay
is
because that's
natural.
not the real sync. That's just the pre-sync for funsies. Initiate. All
Okay.
right, hold
Oh,
on.
God.
Because we can't shut the door all the way. Ooh, I forgot to tell you. Tony said he can drill a hole through the floor and we can just have the wire go through that way. And he said that's easy.
Okay, well, he's buying me a new floor when we move out.
He just shows up a gigantic floor in the back of his truck.
How do you want this?
You called my bluff.
Tony, did you build the floor before coming?
Shit, maybe.
Before coming.
You see, the funny thing about that is,
But it's like trimmed and everything. It's ready to go into the corners.
oh yeah,
Didn't
exactly.
plan for it being put into the doorway.
Well, looks like I'm gonna have to take the roof off.
Yeah, you got one of those roofs that you can just like snap off, right? That's fine.
It's on a hinge.
You know, Lego rules.
It's like a Ninja Turtle car.
That's where I put all my pizza missiles.
It also,
Tony.
I was gonna say, it also shoots pizzas. Mormons come to the door.
Armor.
Anchovies.
Yeah. So, do you know where we are now, Mika?
So we found out that Chester is the traveler rune for the following reasons. Longish hair with a bad cut. From the Underdark. Elf. Likes crafts. And for those reasons and many more, that is why Chester is the traveler rune.
Your hair looks very red right now, Tomas.
Very.
Almost
It
as
does.
if my hair is red.
That can't be it.
I think there's a
dyed
red
it.
tinge in this whole camera. Like the whole room looks kind of red.
It does. It looks red. Like if you look at the white wall, it has a reddish tint.
Yeah, your skin looks a little pink too.
Lots of warm hues going
That's
on.
just swollen capillaries in my face.
Jesus.
Whenever I'm not on camera, I'm constantly vomiting.
It's an illness.
Vomititis.
It's a life choice.
Vomividitis.
I live how I want.
They keep telling me to stop, but I keep puking on them.
You can't
Stop puking.
me.
You're dehydrated. I love it.
I'll show you dehydrated.
I really do have the hardest time watching football. And I mean, I'm prefacing this with, as we all know, I have ADHD.
I have a hard time.
But I would,
As that
I
is a
would
given.
I would go to Kyle's football games because he played football, and I was like, I'm gonna be a supportive sister, and I would try so hard to like watch and understand. And I'd be like, ball's here. Wait, no, I'm birds. Like it's gone.
Plastic
Like,
bag.
I think watching football or sports in general is more fun in person just because you're part of the yelling at everyone thing.
I wasn't.
You get to siphon off the energy.
Yeah, you're siphoning off the energy. You're getting beer handed
That's
to
true.
you. You get to get
I
bit
just
by
think-
bugs.
There
Mob
are so many
mentality.
other sports that are more fun to watch than football.
NASCAR.
Truth.
Yeah. And that is
cars
more, I mean,
driving.
that's more fun.
I can turn left better than you, Danica Patrick.
Watch me go in this circle. It's awesome.
Well, we just lost our entire NASCAR fan base. The bleed over on that Venn diagram has now just evaporated.
Well, our sticker was going to be put on a car, but now that's gone.
We were gonna replace the Tide car.
The D20 Syndicate NASCAR car would be the lamest car. It'd have
Oh my God.
It'd have a Hungry Man dinner on it. It'd have a bunch of dice. Just a bunch of bullshit.
It would be a Cavalier.
A 2000 Cavalier.
Ori is the driver.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that'd be good. He's very fast.
Behind the
You should
wheel?
not be letting your baby drive the car.
He's really fast at holding his foot down.
He'd probably just do like he did his pajamas and just shove his feet right through. Like,
yeah,
just put a
he-
hole through it and then just like Flintstones that shit.
He busted a toe out of the foot of his pajamas.
It's a strong toe.
I'm pretty sure I have a
like his
photo of me as a baby with a toe hole in my pajamas too.
The D20
that
Syndicate does
checks
not
out.
condone letting a child drive a car. Please do not attempt this. If you were thinking about doing it, we are morons.
So the holidays has made me think about togetherness and joy, but it also has made me think about mourning and doom and gloom. And I wanted to bring up
And turkey.
a recent tragedy that befell our household. And our lives will never be the same.
What?
Our over-the-range microwave stopped microwaving. Like it does the fan still. It has the light that comes on. The power works, but it no
Like
longer
it's
microwaves.
good appearance just doesn't work.
And boy, have I not experienced loss like this in my life. So much of my day relies on microwaving food, and it's just gone now. And I keep forgetting, and it hurts more and more each time. It's like, I'm going to throw my breakfast in the yesterday I put it in, microwaved it, then pulled it out and started eating it. I'm like, like you think you're going to get hot eggs.
Oh, don't microwave
Microwaved
eggs.
eggs.
I microwave my breakfast casserole.
I feel like that's a harder microwave to replace because it has to be like the right size.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're more
fit in perfectly.
It connects to the vent and
God,
all
what a
this
bitch.
shit. So
Yup.
it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Just get a countertop microwave and leave
thought
that one
about
there
it.
for show.
I guess the fan still works, but the light, the underneath light that lights up the stove, is what wasn't working first. And I think I just sealed the deal. I killed it
Yeah, you-
because I
you
was like
did.
smacking it, like trying to get the light to turn on. So
As you do.
don't smack your microwaves or any appliance because it
Be
probably
kind to your
anyone.
appliances.
yeah.
Smack my mic up.
Honey, the fridge is yelling. Smack it.
Please. What is in
Are
your
you the
fridge?
fridge in that scenario? No, man, no.
Sweet Jesus.
A fridge that's worst fear is being hit.
A fucking window air conditioner. Slapping
Every
it,
time you
flies
walk
out of the
into the
window.
room. Every time you walk into the room, it cowers a little bit.
That means it's well trained.
Starts leaking water out of the bottom. Oh, come on, not again.
Naira.
Yeah. You have to figure out like what, as an adult, you need to figure out what makes your digestive system not work.
And then ignore it until it's too bad.
That's what I do.
I have learned that all types of bread do not fuck up my digestive system.
So
So-
what breads are good for you?
I like the 12 grain kind, like that thick, hearty ass shit. That
Hell yeah.
seems to be fine.
My favorite.
Something about Sub City, their bread is absolute bullshit, and it ruins me for a week.
Well, you're eating like a whole loaf of bread when you go to Sub City. It's just
Isn't that the serving size?
Serving size, 1 loaf.
My favorite breads are the bad ones. Like,
Yeah, they taste the
for
best.
sure.
yeah, they're so good.
Potato bread.
Oh, I love
Garlic bread for like everything. Peanut butter and jelly with garlic bread.
We were simpatico for like 2 seconds there.
Bet it's good. Never
Just
had
toss
it,
it in
but
the microwave.
And then you fucking Judas Iscarioted me.
Yeah, I don't know. I had way worse digestive issues in like high school. I don't seem to have like many issues now. Like I used to think I was.
You
really
mean back
badly
when you were
lactose
eating
intolerant.
just nothing but powdered
Milk.
sugar sticks and Faygo and stuff?
Yeah, it was something weird.
Then
was going
cereal
on
and Yoo-hoo.
with my body. I don't even know. Science
And birthday
came
hot dogs.
But yeah, I have a lot less issues now than I used to. Except for like overeating to the point that I can't move. That's usually my one Achilles heel.
Guys, let us know about your digestive issues. What have you been diagnosed with? What have you self-diagnosed?
When Mika's away, I picture you like Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street when he took way too much drugs and he's like crawling across the ground trying to get inside. He's just eating so much.
That's essentially it. No, I actually eat like way less when she's not here. I usually don't
Where's
eat
my dinner?
Money? Where's my dinner?
She comes back on Friday nights, and I'm like, I've been waiting.
Well, she was
Where were you?
she was just telling us how she like smuggled you a pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Oh, what if
love
she
pumpkin
hadn't
pie.
given it to him yet? What if it
would've
was going to be a
He would've
surprise?
starved.
Yeah,
was
thanks
his
for ruining
dinner.
it, Tomas.
Well, I'm keeping it frozen so we can save it for Thursday.
Oh, it was a
that moving
surprise
day?
pie.
Wait.
And no, it's not a surprise. I told him
Okay.
about it immediately.
Okay.
Oh my
I
god,
can't-
would frozen pumpkin
Surprise.
pie taste good? Would I like it then?
Well, we'll thaw it.
Would it taste like...
Wait, do you not
I
like
would.
pumpkin
frozen
pie?
I'm talking
Lindsey,
about eating it frozen.
No, you don't eat the frozen
That
pie.
sounds great. I think
You can
we
eat
should.
Boston cream pies frozen. Those are pretty decent, but
Pumpkin pie wouldn't be good frozen.
I mean, you
It
can try it.
could.
I bet it'd
Anything's
be
possible.
Good.
I think it would be good.
it'd have like a sherbety consistency or something.
I just like
We
I
can
like
try it right
like
now.
it not frozen, and I don't think I personally would like pumpkin pie frozen. But
I think I would.
Maybe half
But I don't.
thawed. That's the most frozen.
like you can't wait for it to thaw all the way. You're like, I gotta have this fucking pie. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've
So
definitely
I'm
been
about-
there with like a lemon meringue.
I've been there with chicken nuggets.
Man, we're missing out not having Elijah in the pie conversation because he has got some opinions about pie.
He's got some opinions.
Yeah.
Ew. That was bad. That was bad. Very bad.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I apologize.
I'll just
take
mute
it
myself
back.
now.
Seppuku.
That man has eaten more pie in one sitting than I've
So
ever
much
seen
pie.
anyone eat. And he's done it
Not
so
just
many
for
times.
holidays.
Right. Like he'd come home when he lived with
With a
us
pie.
and he'd have a pie. And he'd have a Diet Coke. He'd just
like,
walk
"Where'd
into
you
the
get
door.
the
You can't have a pie without a Diet Coke.
I need to
Tomas.
wash it down with something.
I'm watching my figure here. Fuck
The
off.
thought of washing down pie with Diet Coke just
Ew.
I don't
Yeah,
think it
not
would,
a fan.
I don't think it will wash down well.
That was like one of
Unsubscribe.
Elijah's food groups is pie.
On his food pyramid, it's
I would
just
love to see that
mostly
pyramid.
pie, Diet Coke, and
Cigarettes.
I was gonna say there's 3 fucking sections. That's it. Diet Coke, pie, cigarettes. Nailed it. Nailed it. Just cornerstone of his fucking diet.